What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Warehouse Series and welcome to Discord Friday. Guys, I didn't even change my shirt. I had a spare moment to do this. I was not going to put Discord Friday out today, and I decided to do it. I got time to do it now. I cannot tell you. I'm working like two full-time jobs. I am so freaking drained. It's not even funny. And then I try to, I want to put good content out. I'm not just throwing a video out just to throw it out. So if you guys are not a member of Discord, if you guys could do that by joining, clicking that link in the description below. It's free, guys. Great warehouse community. Subscribe to the channel. Well over 5,000 subscribers now. And if you guys want to give me a thumbs up, leave comments in the comment section below. And if you want to help support the channel by donating to one of these two platforms, I really appreciate it, guys. All right, guys, so there is one thing I want to say before I get to today's video, and I had to delete a conversation going on over in Discord of two people arguing back and forth. And it was just getting a little irritating with me. All right, guys, I try to keep Discord clean. We have 800 plus members over there. I know the more members we get, the more opportunities we're going to have for situations like this to occur. I have not yet had to kick a member yet. The only people I've ever kicked was people that just joined to spam my Discord. So guys, I just ask you to keep it civil over there. We're not there to argue with each other. We are there to help each other. I understand people post videos over there. Guys, I try to keep it as free as possible. I'm not trying, to delete people's stuff over there if they are giving out useful information for other people. Because remember, I only work in perishable and dry goods. So I love when people that have worked other warehousing come over there to help, like Cisco workers. I love it when you guys come over because I get people all the time telling me, how do I, pick in, multiple stores when you guys are picking like 19 to 20 stops. I need you guys to help them if you can. And that's what I love about the Discord community. So if we can keep it friendly over there, guys, you have no idea how much I would appreciate that. All right, guys, with that being said, all right, so I had someone private message me. We were going back and forth. And on my last Discord Friday, I did mention something to the nature of I don't like layer stacking. And this person messaged me and said, my trainer told me that layer stacking is the only way, and you said not to do it. So, guys, layer stacking works if you're throwing all the same boxes. So if I'm throwing all the same type of cans or stuff to that nature, then I can layer stack all day long. If your warehouse is set up absolutely perfect, which I highly doubt it is, I am yet to see somebody on here say their warehouse is slotted perfectly, then you can layer stack. I am going to show you an example right now with some of my pictures of why I don't layer stack, and I'm going to hopefully answer this person's question. So it depends on your warehouse. I'm going to say this trainer's wrong because I'm going to say there is no warehouse, unless you're at a bare warehouse or something where all the cases are the same. All right, something's very similar, you can get away with it. But when you're in a dry goods warehouse, a perishable warehouse, or even a freezer warehouse, I don't see layer stacking working for you. So I'm going to show you some of those pictures right now. All right, guys, so this is the start of my order. We're going to go through some of my pictures, not the entire order, but I just want to show you something. So right away, what do you guys see? All right, I started off in an awkward part of the warehouse. We got the waters up front, we got Hawaiian punches in the back. Now, I say all the time that I like my strong back and my strong front. I could care less about this middle part, and that is what I do. I just ignore it, and I throw if I get the same size cases, then so be it. But I'm making sure I'm taking care of the front and the back of my pallet because they are the two most important parts of my pallet. Now, I got my water up here. Now, guys, there's a lot of people that new selectors, this is the front of my jack up this way. There's a lot of people that walk their cases back. I talk about walking cases all the time. And what I mean is one case got to touch the other. So there is a lot of people that would throw those Hawaiian punches straight up against this, and they're going to leave cases back here that may not be the same or might be smaller. All right, so I got these nice fat Hawaiian punches that are going to give me that nice solid back that I'm looking for. I also want to show you guys, what do you notice right here? The buckled side of the case is facing in towards the middle of the pallet. It's not facing towards my corners, and it's not facing outwards. If this decides to buckle anymore, I want it leaning in towards the middle of my pallet, so it's not going to go anywhere. All right, so pay attention to that as well. So this is the start of it. Let's get on to the second picture. All right, this one right here. Why am I not layer stacking? Why did I not take these boxes, which are solid? All right, so I got my whole front pallet up here. I was getting a lot of these type of items. So my whole front pallet's full of all this stuff, all mixture, and then I started getting this. So why didn't I take these 4 boxes and form a back corner with it? Because I know my warehouse. And I know after this, I have lots and lots and lots of cans coming. And the more pallet I have exposed, the more sturdy the back of my pallet's going to be. I can make a brick wall out of the cans that I'm going to be getting back here. A brick wall, nice and tied in, and my back is going to be super, super strong. So this is why I did not layer stack in this certain example. So, because I have cans coming. So I know my warehouse, I know exactly what's coming up, and I want that nice, strong back. I don't want different levels, because if I would have put these 4 boxes back here and formed the corner right here, that means I would have had cans over here on this side of the pallet, and they would not have been even with the boxes. So now I know I could be straight even with all my cans back here and build that nice solid wall. That's why I did not layer stack. All right, guys, here's another example. That's that front pallet I was talking about. So as you can see, I got V8 splashes up here. I could have took these boxes and easily formed a whole base on the back of that, but it would not have been level. And once again, could you imagine building cans on all of this? Cans don't sit right on top of this. Cans don't sit right on top of these. They're not going to be great. So I want the back of my pallet left for cans only. Why did I throw these up? Which I'll just go right to the next picture because they're the same things. I threw these up here because they got no business being on a back corner if you could help it. These suck. They suck to stack on. I don't like it. I like them in a front corner. So as you can see, I left my whole entire back corner open, waiting for bigger, stronger cases. And then I put these up front. So I'm already, I'm 3 layers up on the front of my pallet. And I'm waiting patiently for something to fill that in. Guys, that is how I stack. And that is why I don't believe in layer stacking. Because layer stacking, you would have these 2 mots on your back corner and you're going to have nothing but problems. All right, guys, so that's the end of my work. And now let's go into some of your work that you posted on Discord. I hope that answers the question that that person was asking. That is why I personally do not layer stack, is because of what I just said. There's just cases that do not work on the layer that I'm working on at the present time. All right, so I want to go over this real quick. Once again, every time I see it, because it's a new video, if you do not have to use plastic pallets, don't use them. It's a smaller building surface and it is a weaker pallet. When you get a lot of weight on these pallets, they flex at the end. So you're more than likely going to drop your orders a lot more than if you were using just wood. But if you guys have to use plastic, you have to use plastic. But let's get to the pallet. I love the front of this pallet the whole way up. Very nicely done. I probably wouldn't have done this in the middle right here. You know, guys, right at this section right here, it's his style. Keep doing it. It worked for you. It's beautiful. But both of my corners would have been pointing in right here with longer cases, and I would have had that middle column going back. So after I established my nice tied in base, I'm going in this direction. So I would have had both ends facing in with that center column that I always preach about. But guys, what do you notice? We got a nice solid base, column stack, column stack, column stack. Get away with it and do it all day long. But I promise you it's going to go even quicker if you have these 2 corners facing in with your center column. I know it doesn't seem like much, but I guarantee it's going to be a lot easier for you. All right, now I don't agree with this for multiple reasons. One is a warehouse problem. It seems like eggs should not be stacked on top of anything. Even with a slip sheet in there, eggs should not be stacked on top of anything, because if an egg carton breaks open and they start dripping through, it's going to drip on this. Guys, if egg yolk even gets on the outside of this case, the store has to throw it away. They cannot open that content and take the risk of selling the contents inside. They're supposed to. If there's any type of egg residue on any of these cases, they're supposed to be discarded and not sold. So this is a warehouse problem in my issue, or in my personal opinion, unless these were skipped as scratches and you came back and threw these. So what did I do up at the dry or up at Perishable? If we had to go back for our drops, and this was my drop, I'd scratch it again. I'm not putting it on top, or I'm going to throw it on a separate pallet, ask for more time, and call it a day. But I will not stack eggs on top of product. It just shouldn't be that way. So with that being said, your pallet is built nice except for this. I do not like this. If these were boxes, it would be a whole different situation. I like how you house on stilts. I preach it all the time. I know I do. I like how you got these nice and separated, nice and even, and it doesn't even matter if there's a slip sheet down there, which I don't think you do. Guys, These are the worst things you could stack on. So what would I do? What would I do if I got these first? They're going in the middle of my palette in that cross and T. And then when I start getting the almond breezes and the silk, they're going to go on the outside of the palette. So what I would do is if I got all these skinny cases, like I said, they're going to be on the inside. And then I'm going to keep my boxes for the outside. And I'm going to fill in this base nice and solid. This has a very good opportunity of tipping this entire palette over. I mean, think about it, guys. You ever see loaders load pallets? They don't give a crap. I've seen people whip pallets around and drop them on the dock. They knock them over on the dock. The pressure of all this weight on these cases is just going to start shifting these cases. This pallet could easily tip over. And it looks like you did it. I don't know if this is the same order or not, but it sure looks like you did it the second row back as well. Like you could see green pallet going all the way back. So if you did this for your whole first layer, I would highly recommend not doing this. All right, make this more of a compacted, solid layer with boxes on the outside, in these cases on the middle. All right, guys, this was a newer selector. I believe you said you've been there 3 weeks, and can I throw any tips out? One, if you don't have to use breaker pallets, don't. Guys, I get that this helps. All right, especially if you have a level pallet, I get that it helps. I always say if you're going to use a breaker, try to find a piece of whitewood because they're a lot lighter. Guys, I get that, you know, hey, I'm new, I'm 3 weeks into this. Oh, this ain't a big deal. I could throw this 50, 60 pound chep up here, no big deal. Well, tell me that after 3-4 years of throwing these cheps up here. All right, you're throwing unnecessary weight. Guys, wear and tear on your body is what happens when you're selecting. All right, especially your lower back. Your lower back over time is going to get sore and it's going to hurt because there is no proper way. Unless you have all walk-in slots like this over here, then your back's going to be a lot better. But when you're dipping down underneath slots, I don't care if you bridge, which you should be bridging on your leg, but I don't care. It's still an opportunity where you're still going to put strain on your lower back all the time, and you're going to end up having lower back pain. I had it. Probably 90% of the people at my work had it once they've been there for a certain amount of time. So first of all, try to get away from using breakers if you can help it. This middle column, 1000% no. If you're 3 weeks into selecting, maybe you're new to my channel, go watch my cross and T videos. Go to my playlist, go to general, and start looking. There's a cross and T video part 2 and part 3. Part 1's garbage. I honestly, I could probably delete it. Watch part 2 and part 3, and you're going to understand why I don't like this right here. All right, keeping these cases this direction in this part of the palette is never a good thing. You should have your corners should be facing in bigger with that center column. That is how I throw, and it's the perfect way of throwing, in my opinion. This is a no-no, and get away from the breaker palette. But with that being said, I like these in the middle. All right, these fruit cups, always in the middle, always upright. You will not believe how easy these things leak, especially if one top is not closed on one of these cups. It's going to leak all over the contents and ruin it. Keep these upright. Not sure what's on its side right here, but you don't have too much weight on top of it. But yeah, we need to focus on, here, see this case right here? Facing in. Big, strong cases facing in. Now this A1 sauce, I would have turned it and faced it this way, and then have some more big cases facing in. Perforated boxes, if they're weak perforated boxes, face the perforated side facing in. I know it doesn't seem like, or it seems petty, but if this buckles and you're not wrapped, your whole corner is going to fall over. But if this perforated side, it's the weak side of the box is what I'm getting to. Face it inwards and you won't have a problem with it. I like, you got big case, this part right here is perfect. Let's watch my cross the T video. All right, guys, this picture right here, someone posted it, said this was work that was on the dock. It was falling over. Guys, this is such an easy build. This is such an easy tie-in. I actually really like the oils up here. I don't mind you tying in this direction here. Guys, call them stack 3 of these bags and then get a tie-in. You got bakery bags, you got bags, you could make level from a high to a low. So 2 of these and 3 of these, even though we're higher, I would have took that opportunity to, or even right here. Yeah, so we would have been a little bit higher. All what that would have been was taking these bakery bags and tying it into this higher inside and slapping the contents or shaking the contents so we get nice and thick. So right here with this first white bag, it would have been perfectly level. Perfectly level going from here to here. guarantee it. And then this one, and it happened. You call them stack dish, you throw a bunch of heavy cases in the middle, and then voila. Guys, bakery bags, dog food bags, all your bags, except for onions and stuff like that up in produce. They're pretty fat and thick and they don't move. But when you have dog food and bakery bags and cat food, easily a tie-in on this corner. This is just so unnecessary. Guys, don't be afraid. Tie this in. Don't call them stack your heavyweight. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I was going to kick this out later, but I had a free moment to do it. Guys, once again, since Discord is very busy right now, all right, there's a lot of people chatting over there. If you want pictures to definitely make Discord Friday, go to my name on the right and message me. Private message me your pictures, and that way I know I can definitely get them on. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.